Hello my friends and enemies alike, hope you're as good as can be in these dark times. I'm at a loss as to how to describe what I'm about to show you. I can only describe it as it is, and that Green Square Accord actually has a propaganda department. And I was emailed by the head of that department, Elain Moore. She's head customer voice, attributing that title to you when so many voices, tenants' voices, go unheard. That can only be described as propaganda. The email you're now looking at was sent to me by head of customer voice, Elain Moore. If she's the head of customer voice, that means that she has little subordinate voices underneath her, spreading her lies and propaganda. We are the voice of the customer. I've heard of the voice of God, I've heard of the voice of reason, I've even heard of the voice of the miscreant. I've never heard of the voice of the customer, especially when their wage slips come from Green Square Accord. If this is not the very definition of propaganda, then what is? You can see the email, no repairs at this address after 2 years of trying to get these repaired. Whilst pumping out music to the masses on how charitable this company is through its acolyte of customer voices, I have been threatened, robbed, assaulted with a company vehicle, had to even endure racist abuse at the hands of all these managers, all trying to get repairs done, as well as other tenants, all for it to fall on deaf ears whilst receiving the propaganda on a scale that Goebbels would be proud of. Allow me to show you the true voices of the tenants. Unashamed, uncaring and completely incompetent. The unscrupulous behaviour behind Green Square's lack of interest in the town's problems. Utterly corrupt, dishonest and unfit for purpose. Worst company I've ever worked for. Is Green Square Accord institutionally racist? And the answer to this, see Stuart Barnes. Let down, now suing, and absolutely terrible. This has to be the worst company ever, and the list just goes on and on. I used to think it was just me, however it isn't. These poor tenants suffer just as much as I do at the hands of Green Square Accord. No doubt I'm going to suffer for making this video. The propaganda machine at Green Square Accord will see to that. It's easy to see why they've got a propaganda department, because making any kind of a complaint to this company is just like complaining to Hitler about his SS cards. You ain't going to get nowhere. You'll soon be seeing a video of me being evicted anytime soon, but they can do what they want, I don't care. The hallmark of courage is to stand up on one's own convictions. So if you're suffering at the hands of Green Square Accord, then you have more pity, but don't despair, because no matter how they punish you, just standing up to these bullies shows your character. So wherever you are in the world, be safe. And thank you for listening.